If you're a movie lover like us, just sit back and relax. Some amazing films are hitting theaters really soon. Are you ready to find out which incredible productions are set to premiere in the not-so-distant future? Gumball the Movie. The amazing world of Gumball marked a generation with its brilliant humor. And luckily for us, we won't have to rely on nostalgia much longer. The animated series is making a huge comeback, and we're also getting a movie along with it. The Gumball movie has been in development for years, and was initially supposed to serve as a bridge connecting the original show to its new season, which just got a teaser revealing its title, The Marvelously Strange World of Gumball, a name that definitely reflects the personality of this new project, right? The first show was already insanely bizarre, and even then the title called it amazing. Now that the world is being called marvelously strange, it probably means the episodes are going to be crazier than ever. The best part is that the teaser confirmed this sequel will arrive in 2025, but we're talking about the series. The movie itself still hasn't gotten a teaser or any new info, which is odd considering it was supposed to take place before the new season. Still, in 2024, the show's creator Ben Bukele mentioned that some parts of the movie might end up being different from the original ideas, which makes sense considering it's been in development for years. So yeah, it's possible the show will return with new episodes before the movie actually drops, which from what it looks like, should happen sometime in 2026. Old info about the movie said the plot would be about a real-life fan who ends up inside the amazing world of Gumball and gets to go on adventures with their favorite characters. But since we all know things can change, we can't say for sure if that's still the plan. What we can say is that the movie's going to be awesome, just like the new season. Well, not just awesome, more like marvelously strange. And something else we can also be sure of, this is just one of the 11 movies hitting theaters soon. So hop on board and get ready for what we're about to reveal. This is another episode of Cinewave. Minecraft 2. A Minecraft movie is just another clear sign that the era of video game movie adaptations has officially arrived. Even though a lot of people weren't thrilled about it being live action instead of animated when the first trailer dropped, many Minecraft fans and general viewers ended up loving it in the end. Proof of that? The film pulled in a whopping $928 million worldwide and might even become the first release of the year to hit $1 billion. So yeah, announcing a sequel was inevitable. In fact, shortly after the premiere, it was revealed that Minecraft 2 is already in the works, and that sent fans into a frenzy. Everyone who plays the game knows just how massive this universe is, and it could easily support a whole saga of films. There are even a bunch of theories floating around about what might happen. Alex, one of the characters from the game, is basically confirmed to be one of the leads since she popped up in the post-credit scene, and everyone's hoping the Ender Dragon, the main game's big bad, shows up as the villain. We'll just have to wait and see when the movie actually premieres. There's no official release date yet, but it's safe to guess it'll drop in late 2026 or sometime in 2027. Super Mario World, the movie. Another game franchise that absolutely crushed it on the big screen was the Super Mario Bros. Movie, made in collaboration between Nintendo and Illumination. Just like Minecraft, the movie managed to bring the game's universe to life in a super fun and heartfelt way. Thanks to all that success, of course a sequel was quickly greenlit. The movie is set to release on April 24, 2026, just a year from now, and a leak suggests its name will be Super Mario World, which already gives us a pretty big clue about the story. After all, that's also the title of one of the most iconic and beloved games in the franchise, the one that introduced Yoshi the dinosaur for the first time. The first movie's post-credit scene even showed Yoshi's egg cracking open, hinting that Mario's sidekick is gonna play a major role. That already lines up with the original Super Mario World game, which might mean the new movie is going to include other elements from it too, like Bowser's kids, the ghosts, and so much more. The Bad Guys 2. Stepping away from the world of video games for a moment to talk about some other amazing animated films coming soon, we can't skip over The Bad Guys sequel, which is hitting theaters on July 31st of this year. The movie already has more than one trailer out, so we've got a pretty good idea of what's coming. As you probably remember, the first movie was about the world's most notorious thieves getting wrapped up in an adventure that ended up with them turning into the good guys. This new film, however, shows that they ended up broke after giving up their criminal life, not because crime pays, but because no one wants to hire ex-criminals. That is, until they're forced to go back to stealing for one last job. But this time around, the characters are also working as undercover agents, secretly helping the police. Honestly, the only reason this movie isn't called The Good Guys might be so they don't lose their tough guy vibe. If you're hyped for any of these movies, or all of them, drop a comment below with #hype. Coco II. Coco first came out back in 2017, 8 years ago. Time really flies, right? But that didn't stop the movie from just recently getting a sequel announcement. It's another step in Disney's strategy to crank out sequels to their biggest animated hits, which has proven to be a solid move, especially after Inside Out 2 briefly became the highest-grossing animated movie in the world. So giving an incredible story like Coco a second film totally makes sense. We'll definitely see Miguel taking things even further as he explores the land of the dead, but it's going to be a while since the release is currently set for 2029.
Oh no!
How to Train Your Dragon. Sequels are getting more and more popular, but there's another studio strategy that's also booming, bringing nostalgic fans like us back to theaters with live-action adaptations of classic animated films. That's exactly what's happening with the How to Train Your Dragon franchise, which is getting a live-action movie retelling the beginning of the saga with real actors and real sets. We've already seen trailers showing that this adaptation will be very faithful to the original, both in story and in the look of the characters, especially the dragons, which are being brought to life with top-notch CGI. We'll get to see all of that on the big screen starting June 12th, so what do you think? Will it manage to top the original?
Terrible terror!
It's like the size of my...
FNAF 2. Alright, time to head back into the world of video game movie adaptations, this time with another big hit getting a sequel, Five Nights at Freddy's. This one's a special case, since the games don't really tell their story in a straightforward way. Most of what happens in the FNAF universe is based on fan theories, but with the first movie, we finally got a version of the story that actually was told, though it still left plenty of mysteries behind that the sequel is now promising to explain. The trailer for the new film is already out, and from what we've seen, it's packed with animatronics from different games, especially FNAF 2. And let's not forget Springtrap, the major villain of the entire series, who will definitely be making an appearance. It's set to release on December 5th, which means we'll be closing the year with a bang. Zootopia 2. Zootopia is actually pretty similar to The Bad Guys. Both feature animals as the main characters, both explore themes of prejudice, and most importantly, both are awesome. So it's great to know that just like the ex-villains in The Bad Guys, Zootopia is getting a sequel too. In this case, it's coming on November 27th of this year. And that's awesome, because this universe still has tons of stories to tell, especially now that we'll get to see Nick Wilde officially working as a cop. From what we know, he and his partner Judy Hopps are going undercover to investigate a mysterious case, and along the way, they'll run into a snake whose true intentions are a complete mystery. Honestly, even they might not know what to expect. If you want to know everything about the world of animation, this is the place for you. Hit that subscribe button and you'll always be the first to see our videos about your favorite cartoons. Minions 3. The Minions have caused chaos across all kinds of timelines, and we saw that pretty clearly in the first two movies focused on them. But Gru's little yellow sidekicks are far from done. They're getting a brand new movie on July 1st, 2026. We should be thankful it's coming out on that date, since it was originally planned for 2027. And let's be real, we would have missed the Minions like crazy by then. We're still not totally sure what the plot is going to be, but one thing's for sure, those little yellow troublemakers are going to wreak havoc. SpongeBob. Have you ever stopped to count how many SpongeBob movies there are? Believe it or not, the greatest Krabby Patty chef in Bikini Bottom has 5 full-length films. The most recent one focused on plankton and came out on March 7th of this year, and even so, the franchise is getting another movie later in 2025. Hard to believe, right? But it's true. SpongeBob SquarePants: The Search for SquarePants is hitting theaters on December 19th, and it's all about our favorite sponge setting off on a wild adventure to defeat none other than the Flying Dutchman. That one's definitely a must-watch with the whole family. Superman. Now here's a movie that's got a ton of people hyped. Superman. Fans of the Man of Steel have been waiting a long time for a new movie focused just on him, and they're finally getting it. This time with a story that promises to stay true to the comic book universe, mixing seriousness with a slightly more cartoonish style. This one's definitely going to grab the attention of both adults and kids. Still in the mood for some fun? If so, just click on one of the 2 videos we left on your screen. That way you can keep hanging out with us. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.